I was brought up by strong, creative, hardworking folks who love to work with their hands. They shaped me into the man I am today, thankful for the lessons of the past, confident in the present, and eager to take on tomorrow's challenge. Maybe you can relate, and maybe you've been looking for a community of like-minded problem solvers with a hunger to create. If you desire to reconcile being an old soul in a new world, stick around. You're welcome here. My name is Bear, and this is Sawdust Boogie. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for episode 3 of Sawdust Boogie. It is Saturday morning, and I am on fire pumped about today. I want to talk to you about last night. Uncle Phil came over. I would say he got here about 6:45, and we immediately went to record the podcast. And I said, Uncle Phil, what do you think about setting some lofty goals tonight? And he gave me a look. And so I said, what about we record the podcast, light the PK, cook a tri-tip, and replace the valve cover gasket on the Chevy Love. And we set out to do that, and we did every bit of it. We finished about midnight last night, and it was just an awesome night. So if you haven't checked out Sawdust Boogie podcast and listened to episode 3, which is part 1 with Uncle Phil, you need to do that now. And then you need to stay tuned for episode 4, which is part 2. And we still couldn't answer all the questions. That's how much fun I have talking with that guy on a microphone. So today, Saturday, a little gloomy outside, no big deal. I like it. What I don't like is this rust on my table saw. We had a little bit of a roof leak. We recently got 18 inches cumulative. Did I say that right? I don't know. 18 inches of snow in Arkansas. We have not seen anything the likes of that since, I'm pretty sure it was a record setter for us. Anyway, that means that it was sitting on top of my roof, which was not designed for that much snow, so we had a little bit of a trickle. I did not realize it. Came out, and this is what I showed up to. So we're gonna get the camera reassigned on this spot, and I'm gonna show you what I like to do, and we'll go from there. This is not good, but it's not hard to fix. I'm going to show you a couple cool tools. First thing we need to focus on is the safety aspect. I've got eyeglasses, I've got ear protection, and I've got these awesome gloves that Phil bought me for Christmas. Let's get started. This here is my circa 1970 Rockwell Delta Contractor table saw. Full cast iron extensions, 2 horsepower motor, which is about to be upgraded to 3 horsepower. And if I really want to start spilling some secrets, we got a new fence system back here, and I actually have a proper guard and riding knife that I'm about to put on here. But that's not the problem. The problem is I have owned this saw for 15 years, and I have lived in Arkansas for all of those 15 years. And if you live anywhere near where I do, you know that the humidity can be miserable. This is obviously an extreme example of what we're gonna run into, but this is what I deal with. So the process that I'm about to show you is something that I'm usually gonna do maybe 6 months, every year or so to this tool. It's really simple, and all it involves is a grinder. If you don't have a battery powered, you can use a corded, it doesn't matter. And this is a paint removal wheel, okay? It's a very stiff, like a Brillo on steroids, basically. So it's not gonna take away any surface from the metal, or any metal from the surface, sorry. And for all you naysayers out there, I have tested this. Like I said, I've been doing this for probably 10 of the 15 years. I've used a straight edge. You cannot get a 2000s feeler gauge below that. And when you're doing the woodworking that I'm doing, that's plenty of a tight tolerance for me. So we're gonna put our safety glasses on, earplugs in. You guys may not have orange sparkle, whatever you gotta work. We're gonna put our gloves on, and you're just gonna try and keep a nice steady pattern. I generally do about a 4-inch length, and I go about an inch over at a time. And you can kind of see here what you're gonna end up with. But let me fire this up and I'll just do a quick section. I have done nothing to this. This is literally from what the water has left us, so we're about to go after it. So you guys saw, that was literally just a couple seconds to do this 4x12 spot here. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it off for us. And you can see, I mean, already that looks way better. So again, I do this a lot, so I'm not super particular about my pattern. This, I will tighten this up. This was just to get the majority of the scale off. But I'm gonna let you check back in with me once I get this whole top done, and then I'm gonna show you the second step, which is super easy, and we are almost done. So I think we can agree that works pretty well. A couple things to think about if you're gonna try this on your cast iron top. One is that, like I said, I'm not too particular about the accuracy of the pattern, but I do wanna maintain some sort of consistency in the speed and the pattern because I don't wanna focus on one area too much. Even though, like I said, I've been doing this over 10 years on this saw, I still don't want to risk putting a low spot in this top. So keep it consistent, and that'll work out perfectly for you. The next step for me is gonna be taking the welding brush and cleaning the slots out. It works really well. If you've got some stubborn rust in there, you can use an aggressive sandpaper. You can use WD-40 to kind of help that stuff out. And then after all that's done, and I've got this beautiful top, I'm gonna cover it with some wax. For me currently, it's Renaissance wax because it's been recommended on some woodworking forums for these applications, and I need all the help I can get. So if you guys have any questions about this, please reach out to me. I know that there are 1,000 other ways to do this. This is just what's worked for me for a long time, so I wanted to share it with you. Don't forget to check out episodes 3 and 4 of the Sawdust Boogie podcast, which feature Uncle Phil. We're gonna have a few pictures and a little bit of video posted of our adventures last night. Until then, guys.
Be sure to smash the like button. If you're gonna pick a boogie, might as well be this one.